This is a Hellfire Rod. The Hellfire Rod is one of the best rods in the game. As you can see, I can fish in lava, and of course it gives the most stats for any lava fishing rod. So let me give you a demonstration on how to fish. First you want to take out your rod. Next thing you want to do is right click the cast. What the f? Which is why you need a Rod of the Sea. This allows you to fish in water. Why is there two different types of rods? I don't know. Now let's get ready for fishing. You're going to want to make sure that your enrichments are set to sea creature chance. Then you're going to want to make sure that you have a beacon active with the profile stats of sea creature chance. Make sure to eat your cakes because it's free stats and you can always eat these on the daily. Now which fishing method am I covering today? Well, it's going to be Piscary fishing. For Piscary fishing, you are going to want to go to the nucleus. To do Piscary fishing, you need a water source block within the crystal nucleus. The only area that it doesn't really spawn in is the magma fields and the goblin holdout. You can get into Precursor City, Mithril deposits, and also jungle. Finding water source blocks can be quite difficult, so I'm going to show you guys a very easy way to find it. First, you're going to want to enter the Precursor City. Once you find the Precursor City, if you look on the right of this statue right here in the middle of the area and teleport towards this little corner, you'll see that there is a water source. This means that you can guarantee yourself a Piscary fishing area in each single lobby that has a Precursor City. So now we're going to start fishing. So you're going to want to whip out your stiff rod. You know what's better than an actual stiff rod? My stiff giant rod. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel because it helps me out running the Outcrow Calculator website. I appreciate the help, and back to the video. There's quite a big difference between these two, so if you don't have 4.5 or like 5 billion coins to spend on a giant rod, get a Rod of the Sea. This is a good budget rod for anyone that's doing fishing, and the giant rod is exclusively only for rich players. The big difference between these is that the giant rod will give you a lot more double hook chance, which means more rates, while the Rod of the Sea gives you less double hook chance. The giant rod is only really good though if you have like maxed out stats on your profile, so even if you don't have maxed out stats, using a giant rod wouldn't be the very best idea. So using a Rod of the Sea would actually be better if you don't have maxed out stats. But for the sake of calculating the best rates with this, I am going to be using a giant rod because of course it's better. Next thing you're going to want to do is also wear festive Magma Lord armor. Having bobbin time on this will also help, though technically this is not required. I also have perfect gemstones on these to give me more fishing speed, and that's pretty much it to cover on the armor. If you look at the equipment, I have maxed out snowy gill splash equipment with a snowy frozen amulet, which is currently the best thing that you can possibly have for this equipment slot for fishing. The next thing you're going to want to have is an ammonite pet, preferably someone with maxed out Heart of the Mountain stats and mining and fishing levels. This pet gives you a lot of sea creature chance, as you can see on the first perk, and then it also even gives you extra double hook chance for each Heart of the Mountain level that you currently have in the Crystal Hollow, which double hook is very important for this method. Then you also get extra fishing speed from every single fishing level, which is also pretty good. As you can see for the pet item, I put Burnt Text. Burnt Text gives you extra 5 double hook chance, but in return it also reduces your fishing speed by 50, which currently if I cast my rod and then check, I only have 235 fishing speed, which is not ideal. The reason for this is because giant rod tanks your fishing speed by a frick ton. So what am I gonna do? I am gonna buy edible seaweed, and then I'm gonna place it on my ammonite pet. Now I have nearly maxed out fishing speed, but I still haven't maxed out my fishing speed, so what am I gonna do to max it out? Well, I am gonna place down a chum bucket. This will allow me to fish up a Gurimus, which is a sea creature that gives extra cash. There's really no point point in not doing it, and it's also a good bestiary for those that haven't actually did the bestiary yet. So if I cast my rod and check again, I currently now have over 300 fishing speed. So now I am completely maxed out, and as you can currently see, I have 27 double hook chance. After you have the gear and equipment, you're going to want to buy some hardstone from the bazaar, and then start building your little contraption around here, because this way you'll have the whole entire area for the mobs to If you do it a little bit more to this side, the mobs will drop here. If you do it a little bit on this side, then they have a chance of falling on these structures. So as you can see, I made myself a little spot here, so I can just sit down here and then just start fishing. Now I'm gonna build a little part down here so I can catch the actual sea creatures falling down. So as you can see, my little contraption looks like this. So you basically just fish here, and then the mobs are gonna fall behind you. The best bait for this method is using carrot bait. The reason for using carrot bait is because now you're able to fish up carrot kings. Carrot kings can drop clover cores, which can be sold for a decent amount. You're then going to want to use a Hyperion to kill these. Of course, a Hyperion's not needed. You can use a Spirit Scepter or any other weapon to kill these sea creatures. They deal like no damage and have like barely any HP, so any item works. Fire Veil, whatever. Daedalus Axe, because I'm gonna want to get some magic find. Using a magic find setup also helps. Now let's talk about pet rules. So if you open up your pets rule menu, shout out to Ish by the way for sending me the pet rules for fishing, because I knew the basic pet rules, but there's also a better pet rule for making maximum rates. So thank you for helping me out with this, and I really do appreciate it. Like he stated in his message, whenever you throw your fishing hook, you're going to want to have Ammonite. The reason being, because you want your Ammonite stats to actually work while you're fishing, of course.
The prophecy is true.
When you're in combat, you're going to want to select a fishing pet, which I currently don't have for leveling, but it's actually used for leveling. Actually, let's use Hermit Crab Pet. It's not fully leveled up, so I might as well. Then for your third one, you're going to want to use Ungain Skill XP. Select Fishing, and then select Golden Dragon, or any Magic Find pet that you currently have. What these pet rules does is that throwing fish will make it so whenever you throw your cast, you will get the effects of the Ammonite pet. Whenever you enter combat though, if you one-tap the mob, the XP goes to the Hermit Crab Pet. If you don't one-tap the mob, which is usually mobs that have high HP, which also means that they most likely make money, like Sea Emperor, Hydra, the Abyssal Miner, which is the actual guy that drops Peacecarry books, and other mobs that can tank a decent bit of damage because they're usually rare. So that's what the Golden Dragon's for. So the Golden Dragon won't actually get any XP, it's just a summon after you killed something, and in short terms, this pet rule is for mobs that you one tap for pet leveling, and for the ones that you don't one tap, you're gonna have your Magic Find pet already ready after death. Something I just realized, you're going to want to make sure, so after you get a bunch of sea creatures down there, you're going to want to drop down and just kill them all. A little warning for you fellow fishers, whenever you're grinding in the nucleus, there are people grinding worms and other things inside the lobby, and if you are in a lobby with people already grinding these fishes, then you will reach the global mob cap, and that can really suck. Because just earlier, I was already not getting sea creatures after like 3 sea creatures, which like didn't even make sense, but I think they left the lobby because as you can see, I can get way over 3 sea creatures now. If you do get this problem, you simply want to stand inside the water source block, cast a rod. Once there's a catch, which as you can see is a Carrot King, you simply want to swap to your Hyperion and then cast again. So it looks like that. Now where are you really getting all your money from though? Well, let me show you. If I go on to the Outcrow money calculator, go into filters, fishing, apply filter. If I click on the Peacecarry fishing icon, select Peacecarry fishing, the bait is carrot bait. I'm currently getting approximately 1,200 catches an hour, 100 sea creature chance, double hook of 27%, looting 5, luck 7, an approximate magic find of 200. But instead of using a Hyperion to actually kill them, if I was used to use a Daedalus Axe, my magic find usually hits around 300. I have caster 6 to save on bait. I am indeed using a chump cap bucket. For the hook, I'm going to place none because these have have no benefits. And for the sinker, I am going to place the stingy sinker. I currently don't have it on my giant rod, but that's because I don't want to swap between my hotspot sinker with the stingy sinker. But the stingy sinker is better because it makes it so you lose less bait whenever you're actually fishing. After clicking calculate, you can see where the money comes from. So your main source of money is going to be directly from Carrot King and Abyssal Miner. Currently water hydra's kind of bugged. I'm currently pulling prices off of Koffel, and I am going to be swapping that to the future, so I completely ignore water hydra if it's showing as big numbers. I'm currently working on it, and from what I can see, all the RR1s are pretty much accurate. So usually this method makes approximately 50 million coins an hour. Mainly all your money is going to be coming from specifically your Carrot King, which is from the carrot bait, Abyssal Miner, which is Peacecarry fishing. You'll get Peacecarry books, which makes approximately 12 million coins an hour, and then you'll have the Aguri from the Chump Cap bucket, making 10 million coins an hour. All the other stuff makes a little bit, but it's not really much. Water hydra specifically would usually make approximately 5 million coins an hour, so if you include that with the Sea Emperor, that's approximately 7 million coins an hour. From pet leveling, you're probably making a little bit of extra money, maybe by a few million coins, so I'm estimating this about making 55 million coins an hour. My name is Alcro, and I wish you luck with Peacecarry fishing. Happy fishing!